Hello and welcome to an episode of, what the hell am I going to call this? The Platform.
Yeah.
A conversation about music and everything in between. And I'm joined by my lovely guests who I feel will introduce themselves. I think I will just point fingers starting here.
Hi, I'm Andreas.
Kavangos Java.
I'm the general manager here at GMP. Running things. That's me.
And this man on my right.
You next, bro.
Naka, aka Swartskap, aka Black Sheep,
Mr. Verbal Torture.
Mr.
Hi,
Verbal
aka
Torture.
Zio.
Yeah,
AKA
but not the one that pushed. Sorry. Yeah, that's me.
Alright, and the man to my left.
My name is Lazarus in the Shiimi. I am a GMP artist and entrepreneur.
Alrighty. And obviously the star of the show. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
My name is Niita Shikongo, aka SheCantGo, and I will be regulating these folk for this conversation. I think just to give a touch, we'll be looking into the highly anticipated album, the Messiah album, and a lot of trickling, connecting dots that a lot of people are questioning. People want to know what's happening, right? So I think to deeply dive into it from the onset, what is happening with the album? Because people have seen now the look and feel. We've seen the sort of dark vibe coming out. We've also seen a contrasting white energy. What was the inspiration for the name of the album, firstly? And in tying with that, what is the look and feel of the album? What can people expect from the sound? What was your direction? Maybe get into that first.
The Messiah, why the Messiah?
No, a lot of people are asking, is Gazza Jesus? Gazza thinks he's God or what? What's happening there?
No.
Tate Garunga.
Yeah. You see, we were at the farm with Black Sheep.
With sheep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I actually brought about the topic of album being called The Messiah. I think it was like 2 or 3 years back. And then we had some arguments there. And
Arguments of what kind? I feel like sheep is too quiet.
no,
We always argue. Or what?
Yeah, some people were for the name, some people were not for the name, and I had to explain myself again the why the Messiah and why I felt so strongly about it. And for me, really, it was just something that is really from within. Like I was so certain that people won't have a problem with me calling the album The Messiah, and the way the dots also connected, for me it was like it was meant to be. And I mean, just naming the album or getting the idea of to name the album The Messiah, and then the trips that I took afterward to visit my aunt that
Sort of
passed
like a
on now.
pilgrimage.
Yeah, that passed on now, to tell me about our bloodline, our family
Yeah,
history.
your lineage.
And the things that she went to tell me basically just
They tied in well.
very, very well, like it fit like a puzzle. So I was doubtful at the beginning because of what they had to say. But as time moved on and as pieces started falling in place, I gained my confidence again. So she told me my names, first of all.
What are those names, please? We want to know.
The Shimona Nandureni Jesus.
Pause. Jesus.
Yeah,
So you're telling us your name is Jesus?
yes.
Awe, Jesus.
Is it on your birth certificate?
No,
it's not one of those.
no, it's not one of those. Yeah. So, you know, and then the songs also the way they, the inspiration. I don't know where the wind of change came from, but the message is really just about. It's a message of hope. It's a message of love.
Especially at a time like this.
Yeah, togetherness, and that was before COVID. When we decided,
When it first started, yeah.
And then COVID hit. I mean, you saw that the song like Moses, and it's also got a positive message. That was the first single to the album, and that was done like in 2019, I think. Yeah, and then COVID hit, and then it's just making more and more sense. So the Messiah is something that's supposed to liberate and give people hope. Behind a dark cloud there is a silver lining, although we can't see it now, but we should be hopeful. So that's what the Messiah is about.
So you said that a few people were opposing of the name. Can I ask Andreas? Were you for it or were you against it?
I wasn't at this farm story.
He was there.
Chief,
No.
were you for it or were you against the name?
No, you see, I'm a very spiritual person also. So, no, you can laugh.
You laugh me.
You can laugh, but it's more of I wanted to understand it as to why.
Why the name?
Yeah, because there's a thin line between blasphemy and you understand. So he explained. I understood it from his side, but I also
You foresaw the backlash.
Yeah, I like to play the devil's advocate, so to say. So I put myself on the other side because sometimes it's not people look at messages differently, and for some it's not really about the message; it's about who's saying it.
So I might misinterpret,
Yeah,
not because of the message, but because of who's saying it.
exactly. You get misinterpreted quite a lot of times and
Misunderstood.
misunderstood. Yeah, and so you just need to understand as to. I needed to understand for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why I kept throwing those questions so that.
You need to justify. Tell me why.
Heated.
Yeah, it was very heated.
It was heated.
And I was
It
called
Did you
names.
catch feelings?
No, I was called names. No, this nigga is hard-headed.
So it was heated. I was actually surprised that he actually stayed there and he was just quiet, listening.
Taking it all in.
Yeah, it was just the names were coming. Yeah. People were just throwing names there. This guy is just there with his glass. You know, some people decided they are standing up. They were sulking. Some didn't want to be part of the conversation anymore.
Some went to
They
sleep.
left.
And then they forgot that there was wine there, and they came back for the wine and went back. So it was, yeah, but it was enlightening. It was enlightening because at the end of the day, it's all about sincerity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
It's
authentic are you being?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what happened.
And for Andres, you're saying you weren't a part of the initial, discussions and heated debates about the name. But what was your opinion on when you first heard? Okay, no, G comes to you. He's like, "Hi, so next album, Messiah." What were your initial impressions?
So, G and I, so we talk about a lot of stuff, and because he sees me as this guy that sort of brings order, he likes to just throw me stuff.
Just shoot. Let me shoot.
It's a mess. He's like, no, this guy will figure it out.
You
Bring
sort it
order
out.
to the chaos.
Yeah, so he'll always come with these crazy ideas, So
What do you
I've
think of
learned-
this?
Yeah, so I've now learned, to always just take a step back and listen, because with whatever is brought up, there is some sort of thought process behind it. So with this as well, I'll be honest, I was also like, Messiah, where are we going with this?
Damn, not
and
not
then,
again.
To be honest, it's one of those that really grew on me because we then started to have subsequent conversations,
Yeah.
and more references just started coming. And like he mentioned, it's just started becoming more apparent, how we were moving, the times we were in, the kind of music we were putting out, the stories, how things even in our personal lives were actually becoming.
We're tying
also
into the name.
Yeah. So eventually it really just grew on me. And as he explained, now more than ever, it speaks to what's happening in the country
Yeah.
or in the world.
And then when it comes to the look and feel,
Yeah, I was
Uh,
gonna just ask you.
when it comes to the look and feel,
Because this is a
And-
this
and
is a
then-
highly anticipated album. I should
Yeah.
just say, even though you are artist of the decade, people have been waiting. People
Yeah.
had misunderstood, and even though that is a timeless project, people are still listening to it. People are still enjoying the music off of it.
Yeah.
There's still the video Talakantu that dropped.
yeah,
People have been waiting for this music, you know, and it has been years between your last release, so obviously the sound has changed.
Yeah.
The sound has grown and developed. So what kind of music, what kind of genre are you playing with? Really, in that sense, what is the look and feel of the Messiah album?
First of all, the look and feel, just when it comes to the album art, is the thought process was, you know, when people hear Messiah, then they maybe go back to the old school, and maybe we should be wearing like, you know, Ashak, or like you know, biblical times.
Like
you
we're
know,
living in Bethlehem.
yeah, no, and I was like, no, man, we should modernize it, so, and we should create some sort of an image of a superhero, because
Yeah.
a Messiah is someone who comes to liberate people from something.
Come to save and lead the people.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know, it's not clear to me exactly what I'm saving the people from yet, but I know it's gonna make sense as
some point.
as it starts to unfold. So for me, I'm just doing what the will is telling me to do, yeah, what my spirit is telling me to do. So we decided then to say we're not going to be in biblical times, but we are not going to live.
So it's not a gospel album.
No, and we are also not going to. I'm talking about the look and feel of the album art now. So, and we're also not going to leave the culture out.
Of course.
And then, you know, with the reference of the designers, people who the styling, and the people who made the wardrobe, I actually took Assassin's Creed, the cover of the movie, and say I want this sort of thing, but Namibianized. You see, so this is where we come in with the kiri, Oshuambo kiri,
Yeah.
bow and arrow, and then the clothing like a gothic type
Yeah.
of vibe, and then we also bring light to it at the end of the tunnel
the
with
contrast.
a white, just to create that contrast. And I don't know if I'm supposed to reveal, actually the album cover is going to be very different from that. It's tying the
Oh
whole
my God,
theme.
this is exclusive.
The whole
This is
theme-
exclusive.
The whole theme is tying in, but it's going to be totally different because.
So we're gonna see completely
Should I say
different
though?
visuals.
Yeah, yeah. So because this is.
I was the first to hear this.
We're on the platform.
We're on the platform.
Yeah, because the album art is actually a drawing.
Okay.
Yeah, but it still ties in. The music
Yeah, tell us a bit
was
about the
not
sound.
so. I was not so keen on doing the music or how can I say conforming to the banging genres out there now, or you know what's out there now. I was more focused on trying to find my own sound.
So we're not gonna see any Amapiano vibes.
No,
or
it's
none
gonna
of
be
this?
there because you have to balance things without Sunny Boy.
And I
Yeah, no. Yeah, so and just don't choke. Yeah.
so there is a balance
Yeah, there is a
between what
yeah.
you actually wanted to express
Yeah.
and the modern bumping trending
Yeah,
genres at the
like
moment.
those albums that came before, like Onjila and then Misunderstood, where I really just started to get confidence in doing what I really want to do in terms of music. And for me, it's really just about finding something that fits with my tradition and my culture,
Yeah.
and combining that with the modern way of making instruments, and to give the world something that never existed before in terms of world music, but then it's acceptable
Yeah.
because the sound, the music, the notes, the chords.
I can still relate to those.
Yeah, you must be able to relate to AMA 2000 and
In the new age.
in the new age, yeah.
Actually,
So-
I actually want to get into the features, but before I do that,
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, looking at G's previous releases, his current discography, let's say from 10 years ago, and who he is now, how do you think he has changed as an artist?
Are you
Musically.
asking me?
Yes.
Well,
Sheep and Andreas.
Sheep been there longer, man.
been where, bro? I mean,
How do you feel he has changed as an artist, or grown as an artist,
look, I
compared to
think-
the music he's putting out right now? Because you've heard the full album now, and you've heard all of the previous releases. How do you feel he has changed as an artist?
Look, I was there. I was around when. Normally, when he released the other albums, I was not around. I was in the north. So for this one, I was
Present.
present. So at the beginning, I was trying to figure out, like, because it was too many, almost.
Was it different components, a different sound?
Hard's the songs with them. Then I was like,
What's going on here?
what's going on? And then started building, and then some other songs that had the same feel almost as, where you can't say it's the same feel as the previous ones, but
Yeah.
it's a new sound.
Because a lot of
almost.
people will ask, like, no, we want the old G, we want the
No,
Kwaito
you can't
G.
want the old people.
Do you think?
No,
Do you think that sound is him right now in this project, or it has evolved? Is it different? How is it different?
if you create new sound, it's almost like an athlete. You can't keep having the same skills all the time. People get tired of it. You need to
You must break
to
records.
find new sounds. You understand? People are born every day, and they need to listen to new sound as well. You understand? How do you relate to AMA 2000 without leaving out the people that have been with you from
Exactly.
Zula to survive?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to make sure that nobody's
Find
left
the
behind.
in-between.
Yeah, and then you have Kwaitos that are like, yeah, but you only did 2 Kwaito songs or 3 or they also need to move. Those
Yeah.
Kwaitos also need to move, because some
Start
of the
adapting
songs
to the new sound.
yeah, because some of the songs are about growth as well. And you also need to grow as a Kwaito. You can't just be a Kwaito the whole you understand? So
Well, like, there's not any
Jason,
hassle.
it doesn't work like that. You need to grow. So for me, it was nice to see that build up, to actually feel the build up, because every now and then, when I'm being dropped home from studio, then
Ashike.
I want to play certain.
Ashike, eh?
Yeah, so I take time to listen to the songs alone. Yeah, because even today I was telling him, he was like, no, but you are inside. I said, no, I don't listen from inside, I listen from outside. I listen as a critic, I don't listen as a
Devil's
friend.
advocate.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's
I-
referring to Mukuru that dropped today.
yeah. So I listen as an outsider. Like, yeah, but you could have just done this here and put, you understand? So I think it's a very good album, to be honest. It's an album I would play driving from here to the north. It's
Straight, no skips.
No skips.
Wasala.
No skips. No, I would skip one song though.
Okay.
Which one is that?
Sneeze, whatever that song is.
Epuko nare. Epuko.
No, that one I would
Epuko. Let me catch you
for
here.
me, I'm just like,
Now,
okay, what now?
I want to get an idea of who you have on this album, because there are a couple of features. We've seen that you've collaborated with a couple of artists. So who are the features on the album, and why did you choose them? Maybe you can run us through what your selection process is with working with an artist, because there's a lot of people who are watching this and like, oh, Maramat, I want to be on a Gazza song. How does it work? Is it energy simply, or do you go out and look for somebody? How does it work? Who are the features on the album, firstly? And then you tie into us, how did you choose those people?
I actually really didn't choose all of them.
Or first what?
Or maybe not even any of them.
Come, I have to be on.
Put this guy.
No, not even
Was
any,
management blackmailing you?
No, not really.
This is a safe space.
No, Not
But after
really.
this, it's not.
No, where these guys disappoint me, only when like I'm having a good time and they tell me it's time to go home now.
Take notes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm
but
not
but
pointing
it's-
fingers.
But it's okay. But when it comes to the features, you know, I don't even know. It's just a different type of energy, man. Like the universe was just working for me. Let's start with Black Diamond, for instance.
Ooh.
It was just like
Exclusive. Please don't go say you heard it anywhere else. Yeah, the platform.
yeah, it was just like you know, searching on the internet and seeing what's hot and happening.
Yeah.
You know, and then you know these guys, they keep coming up, and I keep hearing their name, and I check and I say, yo, I don't actually mind working with these guys here.
Yeah.
Like a week later, these guys, they DM me.
No ways.
I'm telling you, Grootman, can we work?
Randreni
What?
Jesus.
So I was like, what?
Damn.
You guys are asking to work with me? I
I've
wanna
been
ask-
following. Yeah, I want to work with you.
Yeah. So it was just like something that was really meant to be. So they
It was
like,
organic.
oh, yeah. So how do we do this? And I'm like, yo, do you guys make beats? They're like, yeah, we produce our stuff ourselves. I was
Okay.
like, oh, perfect. Then just produce a beat, and then
Let's
you
move
know
from
my
there.
album is about to drop. It would be nice to have a feature with you guys. And they'll be like, yo, what sort of feel do you want? You know, I was like, something like your Samayo Muti, but but it must also be different. But I want
Yeah.
the same energy. And then the guys, they sent me one song was a bit too slow, and by that time I was already tired of my emotional songs that Naka is putting politely.
Romance album, yeah.
Funny heart.
Keith Sweat type guy.
So I was like, no, this is too slow. Send me another one, because then we decided, okay. He said, okay, I'm gonna send you 3 beats, then you choose one.
Okay.
And then by the time he sent the second one, I was like, no, you don't need to send me a
This
third
is the
one.
one.
This is the one. So then they were like, okay. Do you have a hook? No, I'm like, no, I don't have. Do you mind if you put a hook? I'm like, please, go ahead. And then they send me a hook, and then I think it was around this place when we first listened to that hook.
To say that
Yeah.
shit. So
Andreas?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we came here for what? Something. But I know
It was
you know-
Pushka's painting thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there was an event,
exhibition,
yes,
yeah.
the exhibition.
Yeah.
And there was wine. And, it was one of those
Good
days where I
vibes.
had to say, okay, it's time to go.
Let's wrap it up, guys. Let's wrap it up, folks. Let's go.
So I saw
So
things-
management is the real problem
Yeah,
here, is
nah,
what
nah,
you guys
nah,
are
nah,
saying.
nah, nah.
Enemies
So-
of progress.
We see them.
So we get into the car. It's like, yo, the guy sent the song. Let's listen to the song. Bro, I've been listening to the
Oh,
song.
so this was on the way home,
Yeah.
leaving the
Yeah,
event.
Not just in the
no,
parking
just
there.
we didn't even
Okay.
leave, right? So we just left, went outside, we in the parking. He plays the song, and we go on a loop. We listening to the song for half. We actually call you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. We call him.
Yeah.
He was in the north. We call him even. Yeah, no, we're together here. It's a good time. Yeah.
Sheep is like,
And
Sheep
then
is like,
it's
don't lie
oh,
on
the
my
guy
name.
sent
I
the
don't
song.
remember.
It's fire, what? And at the time we were all just excited.
Yeah.
At the
And Pacino was like,
started beat.
finish it now and release it now.
Nenangi.
It's now, cow. These guys are popping now. So if you release it now, Malcolm not class. And I'm like, oh, Pacino, wait.
Patience.
Yeah, so now I know that's really what happened. So we listened to the song here, and then I guess he took it to studio.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
so-
Black Diamond.
Yeah, so I went to the studio, I laid my verse, which is I think 16 or 24, I don't know.
Now it's more
And
than
then I sent it to the guys, and they were like, yo, my G, what are you saying here? Fire, fire. So we've been calling each other ever since then, they are laying their
Back and
verses and
forth,
whatnot,
yeah.
yeah. And then,
Did they lay anything on the song other than the hook?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So we have something to look forward from them also.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a very
So-
nice one.
Okay, let's no, we're giving away too much of this one. Don't,
Yeah.
People are getting too many
Yeah,
exclusives.
maybe we
here
must
now.
just touch
So
that.
it's Black Diamond. Who else do we have on this
Rick
project?
Hassani,
Oh.
Nigeria.
Okay.
Actually, didn't know
Okay.
who that was. I was just like,
Tell us a bit about that collaboration.
This is Rika Sani.
He's the man.
To be quite honest,
I like the
also-
song. I was like, this is a very nice song.
Yeah.
And then people are like, yeah, Rick Hassani. I'm like, who the hell is Rick Hassani now?
So you had to go look the man up.
No, I didn't look anybody up. I don't look people up. They look me up.
Okay, Google.
I was also just quite surprised at how many people messed with his stuff after you posted that Kalero and people.
Yeah, there was quite a huge hype. Yeah, when people
went back
realized
and
that.
forth. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Namibia, he has an audience here as well.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? How did that collaboration?
Rick
with
Hassani,
come
I
about?
was introduced to him by another Angolan DJ
Okay.
who are also brought into the country a few years back to produce stuff for me and for Shoza, DJ X Trio. So, and then when X Trio was here, we started talking with Rick, like, we need to do something, and it's just like, it was just all talk and nothing really came about. So I got this beat from Semili and I was like, yo, it's like a slowish type of beat, so I don't know what to do with it, but I was like, man, Rick would really fit on this beat, I think, because it's kind of like, it's not really his style, but the feel.
He can glide on it.
Yeah, the feel, like, So I sent it to Rick and I said, yo, we've been talking about working, can you jump on this one? And then he says, yeah, sure, my G, I like the beat, it's fire. Okay, and I said, okay, you know what, I just need a hook from you and a bridge.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, he sends me the hook. And I was like, yo,
this is the one.
I didn't even have to do much on the hook.
This is the one.
Can I
Small
get your
harmonies.
name? Your body hotter than summer. That's all I had to do. So
Okay, so we've got Black Diamond, we've got Rick Hassani, we've got...
Black Sheep.
Oh, there's what that?
Yeah.
Made the cut.
Shit. Away.
Because there were chances he wasn't.
Those
Those listening sessions.
The racers
were-
was a
There's no ways.
What do you mean there's no way?
I bring something different. I have fans too,
So,
I bring something different.
Let's pull it away from G. How did that specific feature happen?
Oh,
Did you say, I must be on this one? This one is
No,
my song.
It's
This
a
one.
controversial
it's
story.
yeah. Some people will
Kwaka poka ngaro kwe.
deny it. Some people will, but God knows the truth.
God liberates
And if
all.
you are Messiah, you will tell the truth. Yeah. So I went that time. I think I went beat shopping. So I found a guy called Fred One. Fred got one.
Okay.
Fred got one. He's from your side there. So
I know Fred.
yeah, so I went there and we met for the first time. He was like, yo, what are you doing this side? I said, no, I came to
The beat shop.
yeah. The guy says, no, okay, I have this boy, I just forgot his name, I think it's Motion. It's Motion? Not sure, but yeah, it's one of his friends.
Nice motion, yeah.
It's Motion, eh?
Yeah.
It's Motion. So and then I went in and I listened to the beat and I went there with Shoza, I think.
Man, there's something
And
here.
I listened to it and I said, nah man, this one.
There's something here.
Yeah. So then took the beat. Now he found us there. Now I was busy doing a
Your
hook
things.
there. And the guy was like, man, Jele Morsi beat man.
With Mr. Lou and
Yeah.
Pex Africa from
You're
South
recording?
Africa.
Jele Morsi beat
Yeah.
man. But so I was like, okay, you put on what you want.
These guys were
Come put, let's
these
see.
guys were raping the
We're
beat,
not
bruh.
raping the beat.
Oh.
We're not raping the beat.
The beat,
Why
I
you
can tell you
abusing?
now.
the
if
beat is saying calm. These guys are like, and I'll take you and I'll show you. And I will what? I say,
No,
Are you thinking it's
no,
Johanna?
it's not true. It was the hook that I had was a mellow hip hop, like that old
Okay.
school hip hop, But anyways, yeah. No, even the one that he did was. I still feel that the one I had was also nice because it was mellow.
That's how they space for remix.
I won't lie to you. I went there to freestyle that hook. And then
As you always do.
Took over the
So why are you
game.
surprised?
the guys, they look at each other and said, no, delete the other shit.
Finish
delete the other. This is the one.
And Varjay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like I said, if he's the Messiah, he must tell the truth. But anyways, yeah, we ended up recording, but I had to bring a different side to myself on the song.
Of course.
Yeah, because it could just be the
repetitive.
horse and jockey,
Of course.
know. Yeah, so it was a very nice song. It's calm. It's a very chilled song. Yeah.
And then there's Winnie from.
Yes, I was gonna ask you that. I have not heard a woman's name here.
No, there's Winnie from Tanzania.
Winnie, okay.
Oh yeah, she's got a very nice voice.
Yeah.
So
Winnie,
what vibe was that? What track is that? What is the energy around that feature? And how did you find her from Tanzania?
Yeah, like we also went not beach shopping but artist shopping in Tanzania.
Okay.
And I think she was one of the in the top 4. So Diamond, and then there's what's the other guy's name?
Shop in Tanzania, no?
Harmonize,
So
and
we
then
are just in the
there's
country.
Winnie, and then there's
we shop
another
in
girl.
Mahanja.
So my agent, who is from South Africa, spoke to Diamond and them, and they were asking a lot of money, which I couldn't afford, and Harmonize.
It's okay to be honest.
Yeah. And then, he said, there's this girl though, her name is Winnie. And
She's cheap.
I should just say I've heard her voice and
yeah.
Come on.
No, she was not cheap, but she didn't even charge me. She heard the track and she was just like, okay.
I love this.
Yeah, what are you saying in this track? Can you please translate it for me?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I had to translate, and then she just again
Put it into her vernacular.
into her vernacular, what I wrote, and then and the way she the flow though, and
just worked.
She killed you.
Yeah, and the harmonies though,
The truth now.
like it's different.
Dun dun dun.
Even Rekasani killed you.
It's
It's okay to be killed as long as
Straight.
the music is
There must
great.
be a balance. You can't win it.
Oh, now
Yeah.
it's okay.
Okay, so now we've got Black Diamond, we've got Rick Hassani, we've got Naka BlackSheep, we've got Winnie. Oh, who else do you have on this album?
We have Niita,
Who is she now?
aka SheCantGo,
Where to?
and then we have Lioness.
Who be that? Oh, Lioness.
Yeah.
Rap queen.
Yeah, she came through with
Kudos.
some other type of energy.
Hey, hey. I'm
Yeah.
just saying for people like for that track, both of you actually the bars on that one.
Yeah.
In fact, that was my beat also.
What?
And then he checked that.
Wait.
Yeah, now I remember.
Well.
Cyber's my beat. What happened was I got the beat.
Karandu is stealing beats.
Yeah, the guy took my. You know what happened? Okay, I don't, because I was
on
supposed.
social media, I bully him in the studio.
No, what happened was I got the
Ukona,
beat. I got the beat from Andrew on the beat.
Oh yes.
He sent me the beat, so I was listening to this beat and I played, and he didn't feel it the first time. He was just like, spell like it then. And then I had a little bit of that, and then I was in studio. I passed out. I left him when before I passed out. He was recording the hook.
This.
When I woke up, the song is done.
Big
I was
mistake.
like, my bro, Max Pasi.
The work is so hard.
The man thickness is a country. The man thickness is a country.
They were having this discussion with Max Skepsel.
Medisch work.
No, he's listening to the whole song and say, okay, say J-Fields, wat the verse no, it come, die hele verse is tough, me bro. Yeah, so.
Okay, so you mentioned Lioness and this SheCantGo.
Yeah.
How did that come about? What is the energy around that song? Tell us.
The whole album was starting to sound like a sausage party.
Big mistake.
So
A Burefos festival.
Big mistake.
yeah, so we just wanted to also have some female vocalists there.
Yeah.
And SheCantGo killed me with the harmonies at the KFC 50-50 challenge. And then I was like, there's potential. I think I told her, I don't know if she can remember, I told her on that day, Kucha, no, there's something here we need to work.
Yeah.
And I know they didn't win the challenge. That I told her, my words were exactly like, I know you guys didn't win this challenge, but there's something here we need to work.
Yeah.
So you see how the prophecy of the Messiah has just kept falling into place.
Okay,
So-
Messiah.
With Lioness, we did one song for her,
Yeah.
And then in return, she said no, she can also do a
like
feature
to.
with me. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this one would fit her. So I sent her the track and then explained to her what the track is about.
Yeah.
Then she wrote the verses, she recorded, but I didn't like the I don't know whether it's the energy where she recorded. Yeah, so I called her over to the GMP studios and
To
re-record there, you know, and we just.
It was a
I don't
different
know.
delivery.
Yeah, like the because we were like, you know, kind of like.
You're all vibing in the studio.
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Exactly. The
And
energy is
also,
different.
and also backing it up with some, you know, other Vuma, man.
That's fire, that's what.
Yeah, so that's how it came about, really. Yeah.
So have we cleared all the features? Is there anybody
I
that I've
don't know,
missed?
who else is there?
Oh,
Andreas.
damn, the song that dropped today, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Murangere.
Yeah.
Murangere.
So there's a track
Yeah.
finishing the airwaves right now.
It dropped the song
Mukuru.
today, man.
Yeah, Mutu Muguru Mavatere.
Yes. Mutu Mukuru Mavatere.
Imbwe.
What is the meaning behind this song? How did you find Murangere? Like what is, because it's an electric track. And it's really that song. I know it's supposed to be, you know, uplifting and all of that, but
Yeah.
it's even just listening to the song alone, it's just
Yeah.
there's a different type of energy. How did that come about? How did you find this guy? You know, what was the inspo behind the track? When was it made?
I think the track was made in 2018.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So y'all are just hoarding music.
All our orders.
So this is how you are.
So
I think that was
before Murangere though.
Or before he
Yeah.
was incorporated.
Yeah, because
into
I
the
couldn't
track.
find the guy. The guy doesn't have a phone. You have to call the guy that he was last seen with, and then that guy will give you a phone number.
CSI
Yeah.
vibes.
So, you know, we recorded the track, and then I just did the hook
Yeah.
and my verse, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna work on this track anymore until I find this guy. So one day I was driving to the north, so just here by Brakwater, I called Bravo, and Bravo's phone has always also just been off, like, you know, for some reason. No, it was very plus okrote. So he's back now, and I'm like, yo, I'm looking for this guy, man, that sang that Ohankatha song, you know, Virisha song. That's all I remember. I didn't even know his name. I just remember that I think it was
I know
like
this guy's sound,
2010 or before that.
Yeah.
The guy's songs were popping at the trade fair in Ongwediva,
Yeah,
and I just really liked his voice, you know. So I was like, is this guy still alive? Is he around?
Yeah.
Can you get him for me? It's like, yeah, I can get him for you. So the guy went searching, and then like maybe 6 months later,
Goodness
he says,
gracious.
I found the guy. I said, you found him, bring him now.
The prodigal son.
So it so happens that the guy has been a fan of the Gazza music for the longest time.
Okay.
And you know, and this guy's style of work is just different.
Yeah.
He also doesn't write, he just
Flows on the
freestyles.
beat.
Yeah. So he came in, and then he was like, oh Rote, you know, it's a pleasure to work with you. I'm like, yeah, feel free, bro. This is you know what it is. He the first freestyle. He yeah. So he hoid the first freestyle, and we were like, Squibes, you know, you know, he comes with these two guys there,
to the studio.
yeah. So
He's coming with henchmen.
yeah, so I'm telling him like, no, hoy like this, like that, talk about this, talk about that, and then I don't know whether he doesn't get me or whatever. So the other two guys will then tell him, you know, Sherero, why she don't know, yeah, Imburan how, Munene Masha, and the guy hoist a second one. Then he was coming there. I think that one we even muted it. If the third one doesn't work, bruh, the guy was getting in his zone. When the third one came, oh, the guy even took out his shirt. He was just in the vest. I even tweeted that video, and I was like, yo, there's fire coming here.
The track is a problem.
Bruh, and you can see there's so much soul in his voice, and that's exactly what I
you needed for
imagined,
the song.
what I needed, you know.
To complete the song.
After that, I worked on the song for, I don't know about,
for the longest time.
for the longest time, you know, just chopping and changing and just arranging, and then gave it to Shoza to mix and stuff like that.
No,
So
because Shoza added a couple of, I see
when Shoza was mixing, was like, I okrote.
he played matchmaker
drum
on
here.
that thing.
He said, lock drum, how? I said, okrote.
Make it work.
It's lock drum, not I'm a piano, and what I say, just leave it to me. Oh, I came back and I had that lock drum. I was like, no, are you a witch? Yeah, so yeah.
No, that's a beautiful track. And what is really the meaning behind it? What do you aim for the song to do for the people right now?
Mutu mukuru mabatere.
What does that mean for somebody who doesn't even know?
Maybe the Lord will come through for us. Yeah. You see, when 2018 there was this drought, right?
Yeah.
So
In the northern regions.
when I did my verse, it was during that time of drought. So I said, God, please open the heavens so that the waters can fall. Like so that the grass can be green again.
Yeah.
And the heat or the harsh heat of the sun can leave us alone. So, and then after the drought now, the Rona hit us. So when
I'll drink to that.
yeah, when we were, that's when I added now the part of what economy something Mokapare Manjena, like it's heated in the field now. And then he just came to sing about everything is growing, the kettles are thin.
Yeah.
Up to even the chicken. River. No, everything is now thin, the economy has fallen, everybody is struggling, like,
And it's relative to the times.
Yeah, so he's saying that, he came to deliver this message because he got a phone call from Gazza, and what brought him to deliver the message is also the hunger. Yeah, the poverty brought him here.
Yeah.
So that's basically what he's saying in the song also. So it's a message that's relating to a lot of people. Everybody's struggling right now.
Yeah.
So it's just
True.
to say that we are all in this situation together. Yeah.
Okay, so just coming off of, there's a specific setup you guys have here. Whole lot of red, whole lot of white. Andreas,
A whole lot of
I
chicken.
don't want to assume a whole lot of chicken. A whole lot of crispy chicken. I don't want to assume anything.
Are we allowed to eat this or?
No, please. Please.
Go for it, bro.
Rashim.
Gee, don't restrict yourself.
I'll just,
Now you're watching the weight, you're...
I'll just act like I'm okay.
The men kuliko diet.
It's very interesting. Here's this thing, like, I noticed when something big is coming, like an album or a big video or a big show, they always get onto a fitness journey. Very disciplined. Maybe
So watching the kapunda start running.
I feel like it's maybe nerves or
It's a
something.
nerves and
to
release the adrenaline.
Yeah. When that
And
thing
then
is
after
broke,
Back to basics.
Lay down is Muniso Martin, man. Lost that thing.
No, but I see a whole lot of red, I see a whole lot of white, and a whole lot of chicken.
yeah.
So
That can be a song, eh?
So
I see a whole lot of red, a whole lot of chicken.
a whole lot
So
of
KFC, we started a relationship with them.
Oh, you name drop?
Yeah.
Okay, KFC.
KFC.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. We started working with them last year. They had reached out.
That was on the challenge.
Yeah, so the 50-50 challenge, like a musical challenge, they wanted G to play a role of a judge
I
to
see.
the participants as well as mentorship. Just on the musical side.
So
and
that was
music
around
journey.
local talent.
Yes,
Okay.
local talent, local artists, and that worked out really, really well. I think it was one of, those first projects we did while, you know.
What was the
during-
objective? It was
during
a
COVID.
song, right?
Yes.
Create a song, yeah.
Okay.
With the winners.
So the winners did a song with G, but I think, you know, their journey was also quite key because that's where the mentorship stuff happened. You know,
Yeah.
that's where they were able to, you know, get like a
Of
first-hand
course.
experience from, you know, someone like him,
Of
how
course.
to record, how the thought process is, and so forth and so forth. They started there really quite successful. Both sides, both brands were quite happy. From the GMP side, we were happy, and the KFC guys were also happy. And yeah, we then formed, you know, a cool relationship with the guys
An
that
alliance.
manage KFC here. And they're actually a small team. They're not that big.
Yeah.
That the central company that managed them, and through that, then maybe you can talk about how they knew.
Yeah, I mean, because we've seen the press release, and not to probe too much, obviously,
Yeah.
I know it's a sensitive topic,
Yeah.
but the album was set to come out, you know, end of the month, and then we saw that delay. Maybe you can speak on that release just before we go into this collaboration, this partnership. Why the delay with the music?
Yeah.
For those who didn't see the press release, what was going on in your life before we really tackle, you know, how the music is coming out?
You know, it was just a lot of pressure and trying to balance things between my personal life and
Yeah.
the business, the music business, and COVID situation. So it was like, okay, the 1 week I buried my aunt. That's okay. Next week I'm going to the north to bury someone, and while I'm in the north, someone else died. And then
It
this
just
very
became
same
too
week,
much.
I had to drive back from the north to come and find another memorial service and a burial the next day. And as we are at the burial, my other uncle in the north, the one that was looking after my father's property, also passed on. So, you know, and these guys are pressing me, man, for answers, this and that. And
When is this coming out? When
is
is
the
the
album
album?
ready? Is this done? Is the mastering done? Is it?
Fans they're not a joke on
And
their
the-
socials.
Yeah. You know, not only fans, and the management also.
Oh, jelly work.
Yeah.
With deadlines.
So now, yeah, so now we have this KFC project and what, and I'm really trying to deliver, also not to disappoint, like
Yeah.
the support that we have from KFC. You know,
But you're not God.
I was just
You're
like, you
human.
know what, guys, I don't know how much this is going to cost. In terms of
Batong.
What?
Anyways.
Are there rules or what?
No, you can go for it.
1 piece per person.
Okay, anyways. Okay, so I just decided, you know what, guys, it's okay, you know, not
For
to
me
be okay.
Yeah.
And we can't be superheroes all the time.
I think it was huge for somebody at your platform, for an artist, for the artist of the decade to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I actually need to step back.
Yeah,
Like everything is actually overwhelming.
yeah,
You know, everybody's experiencing loss, everybody's experiencing turmoil, but I'm also experiencing the
Yeah.
same thing.
yeah,
You know, I need to step back and take a break.
yeah. And then took a break, went to speak to his parents, you know, who are really close to me now, closer to me than he is now.
Ay.
So, you know, just for advice, you know, and then they also advised me, you know what, you know, just take off. If you want to go to the farm, by all means,
Take
go
some
to the
time.
farm and take some time off. So that's what I did. I took some time off, and it's amazing how within
How are you feeling now?
within the first 3 days, I think I was a totally different person. The pressure was off. I was able to think clearly now and accept things that I can't change, you know.
Yeah.
Because before it was like, no, we have to do it right. We have to do it right, you know.
Has to come out this
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
This must be
yeah.
right.
So-
this needs to.
So I relaxed, and then this is why we're here today now, and I'm fresh, and I'm working on my health, like you said. Running every morning 5 kilometers.
So it's not album pressure.
No, it's really just about for me to be in the right mind space when the album drops, and you know, to have new energy now to promote the album.
Of course.
Because the energy of making the album is not the same
completely
energy.
different.
Yeah, it's completely different. So I'm just
So,
getting myself ready
Andreas
for that process.
spoke about the initial entry point of this relationship with KFC.
Yeah.
Through the 50-50 challenge, and it's, you know, exploring local talent and sort of you having them mentored under
Yeah.
your wing and so on. So how does this tie into the release of the album? People watching this, I want the music. I want to hear the music. So what is happening with KFC right now?
Yeah. So we did the 50-50 challenge, and then, you know, the guys, they liked our energy. You know, we ran with the thing, man, and we made it work. You know, so.
Who approached who?
So no, we were just talking with
Is
Ricky
Andreas?
because
Make a missed call.
no, so
Unseen.
Gonna get money, man.
It's water.
Who approached who?
no, the one day I was talking to Ricky, who's the overall boss.
Over at
the-
KFC.
Yeah, after the 50-50 challenge, and he was like, "So this is over now. So what's next now? What do we do next?"
Oh, they didn't want to let you go.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay. Look, I have an album coming. Maybe we can do
Work
something
together.
around that."
Yeah.
You know, I was like, "Yeah, what's your idea, man?" I'm like, "I don't have one now, but I'm sure I can work on something." Yeah, so I went home and just marinated on the idea of how we can make this collaboration.
Leave some for Andreas, ne?
Just say for yourself.
That's
I'm coming for.
So we threw around a couple of ideas.
Free
and
KFC,
then,
bro. What can
you know,
you do?
once the
Who's gonna
first,
say no?
let's say,
La di man
are
prata,
you
wait.
gonna start now?
Oh, okay.
So the first idea landed on the table, and we just started, you know, trying to duck and dive in and around the COVID
So
regulations.
breaking the idea apart to see how it would
No,
work in
the
the time.
idea is
Or
still
how-
the same kinda, but it's just seeing what's able to work within the COVID regulations and what
Okay.
can't. You
So
see?
you just had to adjust it a bit.
Yes. we
So
have
what
to
is the
adjust.
idea?
Okay, it started from us having to release the album through KFC.
No, I heard us. That's
Um,
management, that's all.
yeah. So the first idea was to print the copies or USB or SD cards or whatsoever, and then we just attach them to product like we did with the Misunderstood album, attaching the album to the Windhoek draft. And that went very well. We sold over 10,000 copies in the weekend.
shit.
Yeah.
Mbara.
So with this one now, we saw that that was gonna cause a bit of chaos in terms of public gatherings
Yeah,
and
of
stuff
course.
like that. So we had to
Can't repeat the
rethink
model.
again, and then we came up with a model of music is digital now, and if we go maybe DistroKid or other distribution platforms to take us maybe to your Spotify, Apple Music, and so forth. It's how will we tie that to KFC, and how will we benefit directly
same
from that?
time.
Yeah. So it was like there's no way. So we're like, yeah, let's create a platform, and then we met this other guy, Werner Alwendo. So he said, no, I was busy creating this platform called AfriCentric.
AfriCentric.
AfriCentric is a platform that's supposed to distribute African music only. So we asked him a couple of questions. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we stretch it like that? And to custom make it to fit KFC.
To incorporate this collaboration.
He was like,
this
yeah,
partnership.
I'm quite flexible. So that's what we did. So now what we did is that we generated codes, gen codes.
Gen codes. Okay.
Yeah, so you go to KFC and you buy a Zula bucket for $29.99, and then you It's a
Ladies
long
and
story, but we
gentlemen.
also KFC also accommodated us by designing a product for us, which is called the Zula bucket for one.
Yeah.
Zula
So,
bucket
yeah.
for
So the
one.
branding and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
You'll see
Will
things
be
like-
loading obviously
Yeah.
as time
So
comes.
you buy a Zula bucket for one, and then you get a gen code. With a gen code, you then go to AfriCentric, or you can even just scan the thing,
The QR code.
the QR code on,
Okay.
on the packaging, and then it takes you to AfriCentric, and then you enter.
So this is like a digital platform.
Yeah.
It's a website
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah. So you enter the code, and then you get to stream the music. So
Access to the Messiah album.
the Messiah album. So you unlock it.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I purchased this Zula bucket
Yeah.
for how much?
$29.99.
For $29.99.
Yeah.
And I get access to the Messiah album
Yeah.
just because I decided to eat KFC.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So. Oh,
Please.
Andreas, you wanna say something?
Yeah. So.
I purchased.
Or maybe you're going there, tracks
No.
and and
No. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so basically.
So I get the entire album if I purchase one bucket or
No.
How does,
You,
how does,
no. You
Okay, okay.
unlock the Messiah album with the Zula bucket.
okay.
So every Zula bucket that you buy, you unlock a track.
Also, it's piece by piece
Yes.
that I'm
So-
hustling towards getting the full
so
album.
if you unlock
So I'm Zulaing for the album.
Zula,
You must just tell me nicely. You must tell me
so
nicely.
if you unlock like 6 of the tracks, then you get to hear the rest of the
The
album
entire
for,
16
for
track
free.
list.
For free, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was our way of thinking on how to move with the times. It takes a lot of time and investment to make an album. So how do we recoup that? And
How do you feed back into
yeah. And how do we get our return on investment?
No, because I think this is a never
So,
before seen
yes.
concept.
yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
it's a thing of playing between image rights, album rights, song rights, selling here, buying there, and
To give and to take.
to take, and then the management must balance the balance sheet.
Must make it work.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we all what we forget is to contextualize our music, environment. Where a lot of people are very quick to say, put the music on DSPs, put the music on Spotify, Apple,
But-
but there's the investment from, Sheep spoke about buying
Of course,
beats,
yeah.
there's that.
How is he buying these beats in
You
the
know,
first place?
There's also mixing and
course.
mastering. There's sound engineers that need to come through
Yeah.
and make sure that the music sounds crisp. But I feel like over and above that, the one thing we always forget is these guys' intellectual property. Right? The same way we have a skill as an accountant or a doctor or
Yeah.
a lawyer, whatever specialized skill you have.
As an
their
artist, you
skill
also have-
is what they write and how they're able to put that on music and
Like
arrange
Sheep
it
was
and
saying,
so
you
forth.
can't
And
steal my brain.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
even IP on ideas.
Yes.
That's worth money.
Yeah.
So this is where we're driving to, trying to extract value in everything that we do, and for corporate to recognize that we are serious, and we want to make this work not only for us but for those who look up to us also to take an example and say, look, I have value in my music. First of all, just
Of course.
the idea of making a song.
Yeah.
Number two, if I'm to bring an idea on the table to sell a certain product, there is IP attached to that, and that is worth money.
Of course.
You see, so most of the time, us as artists, we will give an idea because there's a price to it, which are, if this happens, I'm gonna give you so much, and then we forget that the idea itself is worth something.
Exactly.
So
It's not just the end result
Yeah.
that you're paying for.
yeah,
It's the
so
process to get to the
we
end
have a
result.
lawyer that's specialized in commercial. What commercial? It's our commercial lawyer basically, and he's very very good at in extracting value out of anything, and
Yeah.
So we brought him in. That's also cost on top of the cost of making the album. We have this technical guy to make sure that the platform works for everyone. And it's also because he's stretching now his platform to make sure that it fits KFC. So
Of course.
it's tailor-made for KFC. It's also extra cost, and that all that cost at the end of the day, it's added to the cost of making the album. You know, flying engineers in and having the album mastered by, you know, Jackson, who's in Finland, and then Bill, who's in America.
There's so many different components bringing the album together.
You see, Jackson is in Finland. He's the best, one of the best in Europe, and Bill, he masters his portfolio. Showed me that he mastered Kanye West album, he mastered Taylor Swift, and so forth. Many, you know,
value for money.
Yeah, and he's also, on top of that, he's a Grammy winner. And then we have Walter playing a flute on one of the songs, who's also a Grammy winner. So we want to associate with the best, and it's not cheap. And it's not cheap.
Sorry, there was a bit of greatness.
Get off your shoulder.
Oh my goodness! Oh, what did I see?
Oh goodness!
Yeah. So we're really moving into that direction, and we're really pushing, and it doesn't really come cheap, and this is what the people don't see, you know, and yeah, this is what brought us here, and for me personally, I'm grateful that, you know, KFC is willing to see and
see acknowledge an artist.
Yes, and see the value in an artist, like you know. It's really a few companies that will be able to
very few
to see and understand that,
especially in a small musical landscape.
Yes, you see, and what we are doing now with KFC, it's something that has never been done before.
Never before.
You see, so it's a question of faith and trust, and those are things that you can't touch, and this is why the Messiah, spiritually led. Yeah. So
Andreas, please.
The significance of this deal is, I think, important not only for us, but I think for the general industry as well. I mean, we have been
for the Namibian musical industry.
Yeah, I say this humbly, but we have been transcending for years.
Okay, I see a bit of greatness on your show.
You know, transcending since Zula to Survive. You know, we had the first car deal with Kia. We did Tafel Township tour.
It's just an accumulation of firsts.
The African tour in 2006
with FNCC. You know, we've done Germany.
Signed Black Sheep.
Yeah. So we have been, you know, transcending for a very long time, and I feel like this is just that next step.
It's movement in innovation.
Yeah, and when you start something new and you pioneer something like this, obviously there are challenges, like he mentioned. You know, cost, investment, time, effort, and all of these things. But after this, the door then opens. So any other artist who has value to offer can also approach, a corporate and make reference to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because you've created the space for that.
Say, look, this is what they did. I think we could do something like this. You know, and that's what we want. We want everyone to have, you know, the comfort and the confidence to be able to have these conversations. And
Sheep, you are quiet.
Out of them.
No,
you've got a lot of business perspective,
this
business mind.
also.
We've heard the artists.
Mind you, on the AfriCentric, there's no middleman.
Yeah.
So it's just the consumer and the platform.
Whatever the stream is worth comes straight to you. This is why it's better than going digital. And I mean with the other platforms.
I extract my value for money
because
directly.
now whatever the value is for streaming,
I extract it directly.
There's a middleman to take their value from there, and whatever is left, then they share with you, and it's in sense. Then we I mean, taking into consideration our population, those cents will not really accumulate to anything that will be worth return on investment. You see, so we really had to think outside of the box.
Something that we can bring home.
To get to this one, you understand? Yeah.
No, Sheep, I just wanted to get your perspective because I know you also have business and entrepreneurial background. Listening to Andreas and G speak about this deal, what is your take on the artist corporate partnership collaboration? How do you see it advancing music in the country?
You see, you have to give it up to KFC because they changed what they normally do to accommodate
their regular operations.
Exactly. So, and what I've learned in business, and I'm not even a veteran.
Deepak Chopra.
I'm still novice. I'm still novice. But what I've picked up from from businesses, people are scared of change. But change has to happen.
For us to move forward.
Yes, change has to happen
Change
because you
is
look at the
inevitable.
situation we're in
Yeah.
right now, is because we were scared of change.
Yeah.
We've always wanted to look. I was checking something that I was reading. One of our politicians, a member of parliament, was complaining that, when COVID hit, he said, yeah, but South Africa, they don't want to share. Then I said, but that's like you using your neighbor's Wi-Fi, and then you are angry when their Wi-Fi
When they
gets
switch
cut
off the Wi-Fi,
Exactly.
yeah.
So it's the same thing. We need to change.
Why don't you have your own Wi-Fi?
Exactly. So why don't we have our own platform like this?
Exactly.
Working with big brands like this. You understand? So for me, I think it's the way forward, to be honest. Change has to happen, and we have to, like I keep telling people, you need to be like a giraffe. A giraffe doesn't compete with animals at the ground. It just eats its leaves up here.
Remain
It has
focused and remain in your lane.
Exactly. So
Play
you
in
need
your
to be like a
banana.
giraffe. Yeah. Eat up here instead of here with the zebras and the kudus and the
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if I just recap, just for somebody who might have missed it. So it's GMP collaboration with Gazza for the Messiah album. And the process is I go to a KFC outlet.
Yeah.
I purchase this neat little Zula bucket. What does the Zula bucket come with? Comes with chips,
Yeah.
a piece of chicken,
2 pieces actually.
2 pieces.
2 pieces.
I ate 3 in there.
This one is corruption here.
One.
Oh, one drumstick. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so it's a
I ate it. I can tell you
One.
what's in there.
One drumstick.
So you've got your piece of chicken, your chips, your 2 wings,
Yeah.
and I purchased this for how much?
$29.99.
$29.99.
Yeah.
The guy on
And
the
in
floor.
purchasing this, I access a code, a
Gen
generated
code,
code.
Yeah.
Is this on my receipt?
Yeah,
It's
on
given
your
to me.
receipt, it can be on a pamphlet as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then all I have to do is go to the AfriCentric platform,
Yeah.
put in my code,
Yeah.
and then I unlock a track on the album.
Yeah.
Listen to the music.
Yeah.
And how many tracks do I have to unlock in order to get the totality of the album?
6. Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
You are going to make us fat here.
No, you do the math. 29.
That's even cheaper than an actual album.
Exactly. I was about to say.
100%.
That's cheaper than
Yeah.
a generally, commercially released album.
Yeah. So we meet the end user, we meet the client, and then we meet.
Obviously,
Investment.
internal targets
Yeah,
and
yeah.
return on
You're
investment.
Yeah.
listening to music while eating a drums. Come.
Wait, so no, let me ask. So I can only listen to the album if I'm streaming in KFC, or I can listen in my home as well.
No. Anyway, you
The-
are.
The platform can be accessed anywhere.
No, KFC will give you also like a Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
if you don't have.
Or to access
data.
it at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Then after the campaign is over with KFC, we then continue with AfriCentric, but then you have to subscribe,
Okay.
and your subscription fee for the month is only $10 Namibian.
For 1 month.
Yeah.
So per annum is $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, really accommodating the whole population. Okay, but now you guys have spoken about Andreas. You wanna
No. It's okay.
throw in something? You guys have spoken about me accessing 6 tracks and I get the full album. But what happens then after this period of of releasing the music through AfriCentric? Am I still getting the full album on the platform? What is happening after this campaign with KFC?
After the campaign, only the people that had
Some of us who like physical copies,
People
may I
who-
want to slide the thing
Yeah.
in my car,
people who unlock the 6 tracks will have exclusivity for 7 days,
I see.
and then
On the
after-
platform.
on that platform.
Okay.
So after the 7 days, the physical copies will come, and then
Okay.
the full album will be on the platform for those who pay their subscription fee for the month.
So then I can access and stream it continuously
Yes.
after that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And there will be. So the traditional means will also come.
So there will be physical copies
Yes,
for
there
us who
will
have,
be physical.
CD player.
Yeah. So.
Do people still have CD players?
Listen, guys, it just feels
People
different.
they
It
do,
just it's
bro.
just a connection.
My
It's
car
just
is a CD player. What
People,
are you gonna say
people
about my
use
car,
USBs now, man. USBs.
those
Hey,
USB
Thomas,
are still
my
man.
car.
Depends on how much USBs.
Some must want to play the room. The room. I must slide
so
the
they-
CD
There'll
in.
still be that, and then
There will be physical copies.
Yeah, then there'll be the normal DSP,
Okay.
Deezer, Apple Music, Spotify.
So I will also,
that stuff will also
for those who want to access it physically, I can get the CD, and those who want to
Yes.
stream it, I can catch it
Yes,
on
that's
streaming
after
platforms.
we run the course with this KFC
Absolutely,
campaign.
okay.
Then that'll open up.
I think in closing, I just want to get you guys' overall opinions. I think GMP in general has already been an innovative label within the landscape of music in Namibia.
Yeah.
Dating back to a time when I wasn't even born, God forbid,
I'm a 2000.
to the latest,
N1.
to the latest now, even recently with Misunderstood, again releasing with the collaborative effort with a corporate.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, why this approach? Why this concept? Is it the time? What really drove you guys to come up with this idea with KFC and to release the music in this way? Why this approach? I don't know. I'm gonna go this way. So,
Let
quick,
me just. I just
Sheep.
have
why do you
one word.
endorse this approach?
innovation.
Innovation.
Yeah.
The times we are in now,
Yeah.
only the innovators.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We'll
move
make it.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
can,
all.
Can I also use
Andres?
one word?
Yeah.
Creativity. Yeah.
Elaborate in a sentence like Sheep.
It's presenting pretty much the same thing you've been presenting for years, just in a different way. Just putting it.
People are gonna get
and
bored of
approaching it
pop.
different.
If you put
Yeah.
pop in a
Just creative.
red cup, maybe I
We've
might
been
eat it
creative,
different.
man. I mean, we put a car on stage, man. Come on.
Then we call it red pap instead of red cup.
Dog.
We've been doing
Amelie. G,
Yeah.
why? I think this might even be a bit more personal for you, so you don't have to.
Please tell him to just keep it.
Yeah, and you just maybe
it's
you
gonna
can't
be
do the one
personal.
word in a couple.
We're not at a
Must
rally.
go, Kuma.
Why?
True,
Why
we're not at
this?
the
We're
rally.
not at a rally.
I think a lot of
The secret to success is not a secret.
I'm just surrounded by,
actually
I'm
yes.
just surrounded by haters.
Why this approach? Why this concept? Why release the music with this partner specifically and in this way?
For me, the
No
stars,
Bible verses.
the stars are just aligning, really, because
So Sandy Messiah.
I'm a spiritual being, a very sentimental one for that fact. And whatever it is that we get to be creative and to be innovative is something that we get from the higher power. And when the higher power aligns the stars, there's no one that can do anything about it. Even when I know it or when I have an idea, it's already meant to be, it's already written. So I just have to contribute what I have to contribute to make the destiny,
To bring it to fruition.
to the destiny, to make the destiny happen. You see, so I think it's in every man to rule their destiny, but destiny is not a 1 + 1 = 2. It's a journey always.
Are you one of those flat earthers? The earth is flat. Please.
Yeah, but I think he's
I was just saying. I was just saying.
So it was aligned, but I want to bring it back to, obviously in closing, why this approach? How do you feel this specific collaboration with KFC is going to impact other Namibian artists, even the larger industry in Namibia and across the continent? You know, this is AfriCentric. It's something we've never heard of in this country. Our own streaming platform. I don't have to go to a Spotify or I must check the song on YouTube. It's something that's really bringing it home. But I want to hear from you guys. Those are my views. Why that approach?
And remember, KFC is a Fortune 500 company. It's huge.
Shit.
So why this specific approach? And maybe tell us what impact you hope to have on other artists, because I know this stretches far beyond Gazza. This stretches far beyond GMP as a label. This is something that can impact so many other creatives and not even just musical artists. So why this concept?
I think
Beyond innovation and creation, you can't steal other people's input.
You've stolen enough of our stuff.
Make
I
your
only
own.
stole your beats, man, because
Yeah.
you're currently with them. and butchering them.
Oh, let's not go to FIFA, please. Some people start crying
He
here.
leaves my house crying.
Some people start crying here.
You're calling this guy after he leaves your house.
I don't
He
think
just, he
Nama
just
Nuni.
checks your phone.
Let's
This
just
guy-
close it up with the why.
This guy just threw off my train from the tracks, man. Like,
You've
thoughts.
explained to us what kind of album we're feeling, what we're expecting.
Yeah.
That it's hopeful, that it's positive energy.
Mm.
You've explained to us who you plan on working with to give us this music, and how you're going to give us this music on this platform. It's KFC, it's
Yeah.
AfriCentric. But my question in closing and connecting all of these dots is why? Why this approach and why this concept? What does it mean to you beyond everything else?
look, when COVID hit, it hit all of us by surprise. And the banks will be knocking at everyone's door for the bills to be paid
What
as
do you
normal.
want
Yeah, for the bills to be paid as usual. You see, now everybody had a different lifestyle, and that lifestyle has got a cost to it.
Of course.
Now, with your lifestyle, you never prepare for COVID. Now, when COVID hit, which is something they teach us in marketing, is that marketing is not a flat line. You know,
It's ever
it's a
evolving.
zigzag. Yeah, so we are taught to quickly adapt to a situation. So that's the gear that I put myself into. I'm not going to lose my house. I'm not going to lose any of my cars. My kids are still going to go to private school. I must just find a way on how to do this. You know, yes, you cut cost here and there. You know, your lifestyle, you don't go out anymore and buy champagne and whatever it is that you used to do with the
No more champagne showers.
with the FU money. You know, no more buying expensive stuff, you know. Yes, you have to do that to adjust because you just never know. But it forced us to be able to be creative and innovative on
Don't
the
steal
way
other people's
the
words,
way
ne?
the way
Must
forward
choose your own.
the way forward. You know, on the way forward with regards to performances, live shows, and also creating and selling music. So basically, in a nutshell, this is what brought us to this, because at the end of the day we still have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
You know, and music is therapy for some of us.
Of course.
We still have to make music, but then there is an Andreas and a lawyer that says, no, whatever you're doing, whether it's therapeutic or not, there's value to it. So how do we extract that value? You know, so I was lucky enough to surround myself with people that will allow me to do what I need to do to get a peace of mind.
Of course.
But then they see value in that and then extract that value from that. So this is what brought us here at the end of the day, and also a bit of confidence and believing in yourself. Because when you are a creative, it's because you are playing between sane and insanity. So
There's a very fine line.
yeah, there's a very fine line. So some of your ideas will sound like they are crazy, and this is why he's the only one that can really understand me, and I can call him at any time of, because sometimes my ideas will come like at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock,
Wake up.
and then I'll call him, and he knows if he sees a missed call at 5 in the morning, when he wakes up he calls me back because he knows there's something.
Yeah.
And I say, Andreas, take out your diary. Are you writing?
Make quick.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you writing this stuff down? No.
You see, so you see, he makes me feel comfortable about my craziness. Okay, let me just end
Let
it.
me have a hand with the marshmallows. So there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. You've got Gazza, the Messiah album. You've got KFC coming into play. You've got AfriCentric, a never before seen concept of sharing and receiving music.
There's more to it. Though.
There's so many things coming that I'm pretty
Augmented
sure that we don't
reality,
even.
We have some augmented reality stuff also that's coming. Coming soon. We'll announce that on a different platform.
Of course.
On the platform.
Yeah, on the platform.
IP.
On a
What does
different
that say?
platform, on the platform. Can you please clap for him?
Clap for him.
No, but thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing your unrestricted, your authentic views. I think in closing, one thing that you hate about working with this guy.
Yeah.
One thing.
We're going to be here the whole day. I have a lot of people to call.
What is one thing you hate about working with this guy? You're like, man, this guy is driving me crazy.
I think for me, it's music-wise, he's a perfectionist. Because for me, I go into studio and...
But you're an artist yourself. Are you not a perfectionist?
Not really.
Or you just lay
For
fat
me,
net. Fat.
Anywhere next.
Fat mistake.
and then you come and then you listen and you'll be like, yeah, but you need to change that. And I'm like, then I'll fight with them with shows of maybe for a whole week. Then I'll come and change it and you see? I told you, now it sounds, So yeah, that for me,
His perfectionism.
I'm from Ongwedivayo. It's Handnet. It's Linenet. Record the song today and release it at 12. Record another one tomorrow, release it at 1. So yeah.
This guy is, I'm telling, mark my words, if the album leaks, Andreas, one thing, and you are management, it's friendship,
management way. Yeah, let me
what
go
is
management.
one
Time.
thing that you're like, man,
yeah.
Gazza 467, time.
Time.
As the man Beyonce have it.
Yeah, the guy needs to look a certain way. He must brush his beard. He must.
Like it's a Brenda.
Yeah.
It's a Brenda.
It's a
I'm
thing
just
that
gonna
is,
drink my tea.
So,
time.
there are strategies you put in place.
Yeah.
But still, time.
Okay, in contrast,
I even take mine back. I think I also
It's
go
time.
with time.
Yeah.
please, I hope you are taking note. In contrast, what is one thing about Andreas that you can't find in anybody else? And one thing in Sheep that you can't find in anybody else?
What can't you find in Andreas?
Laat ek nie praat nie. Let me not talk big stories here. It's one thing
This conversation
that you
went
have
in different
consistently...
directions.
No, because he has consistently kept the same... It's my same working circle. It's my same friendship circle. It's my same team. And there must be one component that you find in each and every member of your team that you're like, you know what? I can't not have this person. I can't not work with this person. What is that one thing in Andreas? What is that one thing in Sheep that you're like, you know what? I can't let you guys go. You have this one thing. You have this one thing. Maybe there are many things, but I'm asking you for one thing. Don't talk long stories. One thing, Andreas. One thing, Sheep. Then we wrap it up.
Andreas,
Don't get emotional, guys.
no,
It's just
He
groot.
likes crying.
I'm just gonna be honest,
Okay.
There's so many positives and negatives to each and every person.
Of course. I think we're all yin and yang.
Yeah, with Andreas, it's just in the simple things he does. Whether we are just about to hit a show and say, guys, let's pray. So basically, he aligns my spirit. Like,
Always bring you back.
yeah. So
Yeah, he likes to pray.
I can't get that in anyone else.
Yeah?
He's a son of a pastor. I grew up in church, so we click there.
No wonder, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but pastor sons also.
Yeah. Oh.
And with
Yeah.
Black Sheep, like because I grew up without family, without support, without he believed in me when I doubted myself, and I believe in his ability when he doubts himself. So he gives me a sense of belonging.
You could wear the Messiah and speak. There you have it, folks.
There's a philosopher.
There you have it, folks. I think if you allow us, we can speak for hours on end.
Yeah.
It's safety, it's comfort, it's relation in this space. But there's big things coming. The Messiah album is coming to you in a never before seen concept, with a platform that we could have only heralded to have seen in maybe a decade's time, that is coming to you in weeks, in months, for you to not only enjoy the Messiah album, but in future other artists, other Namibian artists, other African artists' music on this platform. So a huge shout out to GMP for taking these strides that are scary, but like as Sheep said, innovation requires you to take that step that nobody has taken. And also to the partners that are collaborating you for having that faith, that trust to say, you know what, let's take a stride and trust in the creatives, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Niita, Shikongo, SheCantGo, signing out as your
comment,
host.
share, subscribe. Where is this thing?
Like, comment, share, subscribe, retweet, share.
Retweet it.
On to Edmund. Wow.
Away, thank you.
Away. Bye.
Oh.